Devices use what are called MAC and IP addresses as a means for sending and receiving data. The modern internet could be seen as another delivery system, where information is transported back and forth between devices. And like all delivery systems, addressing plays an important role. The function of a device MAC address falls solely within its local network. Containers known as frames, which are limited to local networks, are labeled with a source and destination MAC address. The source address belongs to the device where the frame has originated, and the destination address belongs to the device where the frame is headed. So how does a device obtain its MAC address? The MAC address is usually configured by the manufacturer of the network interface card, and it is a permanent address which will most likely go unchanged for the lifetime of the device. This has led to the MAC address to be referred to as the physical address. Something to keep in mind. With just its MAC address, a device could send and receive information within a local network. But for remote connections, such as the internet, a different address is required. The IP address extends the device's range, where connections can now be made beyond its local network. A datagram, which is a piece of data, is first placed into a packet, which is then placed into a frame. The packet is labeled with a source and destination IP address. The source address belongs to the device where the packet initially originated, and the destination address points to the final destination for the packet in the datagram. Unlike MAC addresses, IP addresses are not meant to be permanent and are usually determined by the network where the device is currently connected. This flexible nature has led to the IP address being dubbed as the logical address. Because of how data transmission is depicted in networking, the MAC address is listed to reside within the second or the network layer, whereas the IP address is shown to sit within the third or the internet layer. Let's recap on what is a MAC and an IP address. On a local network, a device sends and receives information using its MAC address. A MAC address is configured by a manufacturer and is deemed permanent for the lifetime of the device. For connections beyond the local network, a device will also need an IP address. The IP address is usually configured within the local network and would change if its device is moved to another network.
Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to show you the difference between unicast, multicast, broadcast addresses in MAC. So first of all we will see the difference, then we will see how to find out whether a MAC address is unicast address, multicast or broadcast. So MAC address actually this is a 6-byte address. This is also known as a physical address. This is stored in network interface card, and every system is having a unique MAC address. So if we talk about unicast address, so when there is only one receiver, when we are sending a packet to another machine, and if there is only a single receiver for that packet, that address is known as unicast address. So if, as this scenario is showing, this packet is sent to this machine, only a single machine is there, and this is only the single receiver. So the packet is carrying a unicast address as destination address. Now there is a trick, like if we are having a MAC address and if someone asks this is a unicast address or multicast address or this is a broadcast address, so in case of unicast and multicast, what you have to look for, you need to check for the first byte, and in this byte you need to see least significant bit. So if this bit is 0, in that case it means it is a unicast address, but if it is a 1, in that case that MAC address is multicast address, and there are a group of members which are supposed to receive that packet. And in case of broadcast address, all bits will be 1. So if we fill all these spaces with 1 1 1 1 1 1, that will be the broadcast address. And broadcast address will be received by each member of the same network. You need to note this point: whenever a broadcast packet is sent, the router for that network, that router will not send that broadcast packet outside the network. Broadcast address only meant for the same network. So in case if we are having all ones, broadcast address, if the least significant bit of first byte is 0, in that case that is a unicast address, otherwise this is a multicast address. So let's have a example. So let's say we are having a MAC address. So this is the MAC address. So what we will do, we will convert the first byte into the binary format. So we got this binary representation for 4A, and if you can see, the least significant bit of 4A is 0. So in that case we can say this is a unicast address. And F. So here when we will write binary of this MAC address, it will be 1 1 1 1 1 1. All bits will be 1. So this is a broadcast address.